And that like as a whole little cliche
No, but
thing,
it's real,
or just
that's
because
real talk.
you know, no, but you really teach people how to treat you. And
Mm-hmm.
another thing that people don't really, you know, walk in is believing a person when they show you. Like everybody be so wrapped up into people's words and what's coming out their mouth and all the promises and all the blah blah to this and the list and the goals and yada, but the action's not aligning. Yeah, we keep on making the same old circle, same old cycle, same old pattern, and wasting our time.
Wasting our time. That's real talk. That is so real talk. Like, show me. That's why show me. Yeah, I don't have time. Like, no more.
Like, regardless. So, what type of dynamic of the relationship is in?
Any ship. Any ship you on a part of mine, we all from the show me state. Because my thing is this. What I'm learning is to take people for face value.
You got to.
So at first time
we ain't got no time to be trying to differentiate and figure out and decipher and okay, what's today is.
And you know what, girl, for real,
without communicating it.
Thank you. And let me tell you something. So we got to talk about this too. So I got to put it down.
It's already.
Oh, okay. So listen. So I was in meditation, just talking to my creator, and he was like, stop romanticizing that person. You need to see that person for that, who that person really, really is. I remember when I was in deep meditation and I was
that thing could choke you.
For real. I was blaming myself for everything that had happened. And I was like, oh, but he a good father. And but he said, you have to stop romanticizing Egypt. Stop romanticizing Egypt because it's hard in the middle of your journey. And so Egypt do look good at the stage where you growing and because you getting up all of this out and it's hard right now. It's hard. You in a dark place. And so of course Egypt look good, but what you don't see is that
space.
Right. What you don't see, this is your growing space, and on the other side you gonna be whole, but you can't escape this process, right? You can't escape this.
It's like skipping ingredients.
Right, exactly. Or you not gonna be who I called you to be. So in this he said you have to see the person for who you are. And God took me way back to a scenario when my ex-husband lied. I had bought something for myself. I think I told you the story, and I bought myself a shotgun. And we were still in the old house, and we were just trying to build a smaller family. And he lied to my mother and my mother's husband and said he bought it for me. Now at the time, y'all, I wouldn't put him out. But I'm just like, whatever. So I go back to the room and I ask him, like, why did you lie? And he said, I don't know. He said, that's the little things that we let go of that we need to pay attention
Turn
to.
our cheek to.
We say, oh, it was just a one-timer. It was just a one-off. No, that's who you really are. That's who you really are. And so I made excuses for that. And he said, listen.
He became immune with the behavior.
So he said, you have to pay attention. So some people, like, I feel like I would have been wrong if I would have said in front of them, like, no, you didn't, nigga, why you lying? Right?
Look, you know what? Right. I promise that thought came to me like a little while back, like how we be so quick to protect somebody, especially our spouse or our partner in whatever capacity. We be like, we don't be wanting to, we want to protect their image. At least when you got a real good intention heart and all that. You don't want to just throw them under the bus and make them look, but like to like have had that done from both partners and people and all, like just to, like I'm like, dang, I wonder how would it really feel
I was like and look, something in my spirit in meditation said you should have called that out then,
like,
because that's not the truth.
Tell the truth.
Right. That spirit would have knew, she ain't gonna protect foolishness.
Exactly.
She's
still spoke.
No, that don't mean that person would have stopped lying. Exactly.
Right, but we telling the truth.
Right, but we gonna tell the truth. So he was like, listen, in a partnership,
I'm not about to join your circus.
Thank you. He was like, so the spirit was like, if you need to pay attention to those things about people as well, because he was a liar then. You see what I'm saying? So
and there was evidence of the lie afterwards.
Right.
And then there was more confirmation after
So
that.
look, what Oprah said, why would you wait 59 times
Okay.
for somebody to show you before you believe a person for who they are? So
the first time or the second, you
time.
can even
I'll
give
bust
us
out
some
the
grace.
third, right? I even do the third and give them baseball.
Exactly.
But after that, you're
I
out.
don't think you're getting the 3 with me at
Right.
all.
My sister
Look,
Coach
shame.
Jay
What
said
they
no.
say. First
Shame me
time,
once,
shame,
right. Fool me
Second
once,
time,
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Like, nah.
Yeah, so that's who you
not
do.
getting no
you
more
this ain't
than
baseball.
that, okay?
This ain't baseball.
This
for
not
you.
baseball for me.
So for me,
Nah.
y'all, it
You
might
got
be
2, whatever game that is.
right. I might give you the third, but at that point, I need to cut you off. So the point was,
By the second, I'm gonna be wondering what's the real intentions.
Exactly,
Because there shouldn't even be a first if we really rock like that.
No, for real. And that was what I was being shown in meditation. And then all the other little events were just brought back to my, because you forget little stuff, were brought back to my remembrance. You know how painful that is? That was painful. Oh, this is who this person has always. So when you stop romanticizing,
you don't want to believe that
you don't
they
wanna-
are exactly
come
what they
on.
want, because you looking at this hope, you looking at this dream, you looking at what could be, you looking at the possibility, you looking at the potential
that thing.
instead of the reality that's right before you, and action and mind and body and spirit, emotional, mental, like all of that is showing you. And like, people, you recognize when you can't walk around with your shoulders relaxed.
For real, man.
You know, like that sense of free,
sense of freedom.
just being.
Oh my god.
Just walking around, just having a conversation, just
That part.
not having, just being silent, like
That's
whatever
just
it is.
to be. Period.
Just to be. Look,
Look.
we gotta pay attention to what
That's what I'm
reality
saying.
is showing. What those actions
He
look
said
like.
this
Bump
is-
what's coming out your mouth.
Exactly.
Bump who said what about what any about you. No. Bump the potential. Bump the, like, potential is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. However, it comes also with the what we say. Everything come with an expiration date.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Because we're constantly forever changing, and we either going upward
No, we
or
either
backwards,
evolving or devolving.
Period. Like, but it's an expiration date of what, like, and, you know, whether we got to keep on, you know, learning a lesson over in different spaces of the timeline,
That's
etc.
right.
Like, everything has an expiration date for me.
Yes. For you.
Because it's always going to be something to evolve from, something to change, grow. Like, it's always room for, you know,
it's always room
exposure
for that.
and, expanding.
And I got that. But what I'm saying is, I think some people are meant to be with you for the duration of your life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But look, you won't need to wonder about it when it's exactly what it is. If it's supposed to be that way, there's no forcing it. There's no...
That's wonderful.
There's just evidence in whatever, you know, a situation or dynamic is. The evidence is there when you're paying attention.
Come on. And that's what I'm saying. Pay attention. It's the little things that you think are small that you really need to pay attention to in any kind of shift. And it's important to ask questions. My sister was talking about, like you were just telling me, you should ask, how did y'all relationship go? What happened in the relationship? We don't want to ask people questions about their previous relationships, but that's important.
Them important keys right
Them
there.
is
I need to
important.
know, like, who was... Look, homeboy or homegirl could have been the abusive one, verbally, physically. Could have been stalkish. Could have been, you know, doing some... You just never know. Like, what was really going... Physical.
Right.
Or even not that. Just, you know... breaking up because you were too clumsy or irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
Or, like, any of those little different...
So most people don't ask those questions. Asking those key questions, are you willing to talk about your past relationships?
The hard conversations.
You know what I'm saying?
Without being offensive, defensive, or
and all of that.
judgmental. Like, because at the end of the day, the past is the past. We're talking about how to take the lessons from the past and apply and grow. Like,
and
obviously, if you know that this was a issue before you're moving forward with somebody, those are going to be things that you intentionally and consciously look out for to see, okay, are you evolving or are you
And that is
doing
why
the
you pay
opposite.
attention in the beginning to the little white lie. And the I don't know why.
The little white flags, the little white lies are still a red flag.
Come on, say it. Those little white lies are still a red flag. Flag on the play with that one because that is good.
Like,
I mean, we have to pay attention, and whatever you feed will grow. And so you feed that ego unknowingly, or you feed that, or you keep ignoring
And then
it.
it
It
keep
allows
on
it to
repeating.
grow, and it's going to get, usually things that are allowed to grow are going to get bigger or look more beautiful. We go to nature, whatever. If you allow it to grow, even if it's a monster, it's not going to look like the baby monster when you see it at the end of its cycle. It's going to look like a monster.
Right.
So even
there's been some transformation.
Thank you. It's been some transformation even for the monster, right?
Whether
it
it's
was
up or down.
You're gonna go there. So it's like you start off with somebody being okay with somebody telling you that white lie, and it becomes
it's still showing something.
It's showing something.
Still speaking volumes.
Or
by
depending on the
itself.
circumstances, maybe it spoke, I'm an insecure man, or maybe it spoke, I want you to think I'm something that I'm not. Or maybe it spoke, so it's still something. No, that's what I'm saying. You need to denote that.
Yeah.
You need to denote that. Or you need to be brave enough to be one of those people that, listen, like I told my sister earlier, I said, listen, I do not want a man or a person in my life that treat me different publicly than they do privately.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? If you can't do it privately, don't do it publicly.
I don't care whether you man, sis,
right,
friend.
I don't care
guy,
who you are.
Whatever dynamic it is.
Don't try to act like we all this in public when at home it's not really like, or in our other relationships that it's not like that. That's flag on the play. So that's my thing. Do we do things to look good and then we can't be our authentic self? Because this is not who I really am. I may be a man to think, a woman is not supposed to be taken care of and she's not. But I want other people to think that I'm this person.
But it ain't even about them.
So when you know that inside yourself, being the person on the opposite end of that, you know how to react. You don't let that go on because you love you.
Right. On purpose.
On purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because you love yourself. Because when you do go through processes, like I was telling you, I was going through just like meditating, and you really begin to heal. Like I believe that when a student is ready, the teacher will come.
Absolutely.
That's just my belief. And so now you can take those white flags more serious. Because they are still red flags.
And something to look out for.
And something to look out for and pay attention to. Maybe not, completely. I'm saying give
extreme,
it up on right. And I ain't gonna never be your friend because you did. No, but then if you pay attention.
But the appropriate amount of seasoning.
Yeah, not 59 times.
Right.
That's opposite. Not 59 times.
No, not 59.
But we not gonna do that. But what we can do is, we can pay attention to it, and if it's consistent, end it way before. My sister say,
just have the appropriate conversations and then act accordingly. That's it. Act accordingly. Have the appropriate conversation and act accordingly because the evidence is in the actions.
I always tell my daughter, the proof is in the pudding. I know that's the old saying,
but I say is in the pudding.
I tell her that all the time.
It's
and what
just
you need
as
to
true
do
as it was before, as it is today, for sure.
I always tell her, she be like, you don't do this. I say the proof is in the pudding, and I need to be a proof is in the pudding kind of person with my relationships, and then that's it.
Like once you show me,
right.
You need to start taking notes.
For real. And pay attention to the little flags, the white flags or the red flags about a person's character. But yeah, when you really healing, I went into that meditation brought so much clarity about us romanticizing people and not just taking people. Just be okay with it. This is who this person is.
Right.
It has nothing to do with you.
Right. Not taking it personal.
Not taking it personal.
Even making it about you because
again, it's nothing to do with you. And that's what the thing is. Oh, I want to talk about that too. How we allow other people's choices to dictate our worth. Like we have, like
how we move,
and how we move.
Yes, all of that.
And because we think we are less because of their choice.
Right,
girl. Yes,
because it's different.
It is. When you know who you are, is different. It's different.